So the Houthis are now going to have to deal with a 10-nation coalition against pirating, against terror, headed by the U.S. to bring security back to the international transport there in the Red Sea. And fighting is continuing in Khan Yunis, in southern Gaza, also in northern Gaza. And we're starting to see real progress being made. We still got a long journey ahead, but progress is being made. These are dark times. We need a lot of prayer. And when you think about prayer, you wonder what in the world is the Catholic Church doing, making decisions even against Israel, the land of the Messiah, and making these decisions points to like the days of Lot. It looks like how it would be in the days of Lot. And even Hamas means violence, like the days of Noah. What days are we living in? These are days that we knew were coming. These are days that's written about in the Bible, that we plan for, but when they happen, it's hard on us, and we need to stand together, because these are times where the righteous will win and light will prevail, but it's rough. At the same time, we're trying to keep full and total war from breaking out in the north, in Lebanon. You can see our guys are taking out an outpost right now from the Hezbollah terrorist group, and the fighting is just intensifying. And so there's people that are caught up in the middle of this, even in Gaza. There's people who are not Hamas terrorists caught in the middle of this, and we're helping them at the same time, especially now after the 3 hostages were killed by our troops. We're really looking everywhere, and we're so sad about the massacre happening in the south by the Islamic extremists affiliated with Hezbollah. But no one seems to care. Even 4 million or so people have been displaced, and many have been killed, but no one seems to stand in the gap. They don't seem to care. But anything that has to do with Israel, they care about. And is it a spiritual reason that they're so anti-Israel? We've been hacked by Iranian forces, right? Hacked. And a lot of different cyber attacks happen, but we are able to defend and actually cyber attack them back. Look at the gas stations, right, in Iran. We've been able to show them we can defend ourselves, and they better stop attacking us from Iran. There's a lot of what's called tropes, anti-Semitic tropes. Even people like Kanye West and people are repeating anti-Semitic tropes. Some of these tropes they're wrong. These are lies. But I want to just address a couple of them. One of them, Jews have too much power and want world domination. That's a myth back since the Rothschilds got rich and the Napoleonic Wars and the Civil War. There was a false document called the Elders of Zion. It was published in a Russian newspaper when they were doing pogroms on us, and they put together false narrative of the scheming Jew to take over the world. That's not what we're busy doing. We want to dwell in peace. Another trope or a lie or a myth. Jews are disloyal. I mean, they only help fellow Jews. Sure, we're a nation. Sure, we're a tribe or many tribes in the family of Israel. It doesn't mean that we don't work together with everybody and have, for example, with the United States and with all these people. And so you see there's this false narrative that all we do is take care of ourselves and no one else. Another trope, Jews are greedy. All humans have issues with money. And that's something that it's in the Bible. Don't love money. But yes, people put this trope that Jews are the only people who love money, and no one else does. No one else struggles with that. Well, that is a trope. There's another trope. Jews killed Yeshua, Jesus. Deicide, it's called. Who actually put the nails? It was the Romans, right? Who actually did it. Were there some who loved Jesus? Were there some who stood with Yeshua? Were there some who stood against? Yes, such is the case everywhere in the world. And another one, Jews use Christians' blood for religious rituals. What a lie. According to the Bible, we're not even allowed to drink blood. There's other people who do blood pudding and stuff and eat. There's people who do that stuff. We're not even allowed to have steaks rare because of our laws. It's quite the opposite. And no, that's dangerous. That's disturbing. These are Nazi propagandists that used blood libels. This is so wrong. Another one, the Holocaust never happened. Do you realize that the Nazis themselves have all kinds of documentation? there's all kinds of Holocaust survivors. There's all kinds of Holocaust memorials, and you have every kind of evidence that exists, but yet there's people who say it never happened. Who would make up something like that? Why would anyone want to make up something like that? Another one, Israel has no right to exist, and other countries have a right to exist. We don't have a right to exist. Zionism, which means the longing for our homeland and to have a homeland, just like the Bible promised. And we have more legitimacy than other countries, even because of the amount of League of Nations, the UN resolutions. You have all of this that gave us this land, and yet you still have people who say Israel should not exist. It just shows you that there are lies out there. We can't, if you hear of a lie, stand up and condemn it. Condemn the lies. And here we are fighting for truth. We're fighting for our homeland. We're fighting for peace in our homeland and secure borders. And I believe that once the Hamas is defeated, all those around us will be able to once again build a future of peace and prosperity. There will be a day where Egypt, my people, Assyria, my handiwork, and Israel, my inheritance, they will dwell in peace together.
Great sorrow. We attend yet another funeral. These funerals are so sad, not just to hear the weeping of the parents and the wife and the children in some cases, and just really, but to see this light extinguished, these bright minds, these strong heroes fighting for future, fighting for the Holy Land's freedom and deliverance from terror for all those around them, laying down their life for their friends. No greater love. It's just so tragic, and yet again today, to just see so many come around and say, your sacrifice is not in vain. But it pains my heart to see such beautiful lights extinguish.